Good afternoon, everyone. We are here for our weekdays with Khichi Beauty Live. Today, we're going to change things up a bit. We are going to talk about other things apart from the face. So, if you're here and you already know some of what we're going to talk about, what we're asking you to do is to chime in. We are here to learn from each other. So, especially my OGs, bear with me. This is a new topic that we are doing, and we want your full support on this one. Now, I started my YouTube channel at least 6 years ago, and during the time that I'm doing YouTube, I received, I would say, thousands, if not more, emails. Now, most of these emails have to do with skincare. However, what I found is that there are thousands of emails that flooded my inbox weekly on this topic. Now, we have emails varies from everything from your head all the way down to your toe. But we have emails from many young, I would say younger people that are asking questions that sometimes we refuse to address. Now, I made some videos on YouTube pertaining to feminine hygiene. However, I kind of stopped making those videos when the system changed, when, YouTube started to flag certain topics. Now, with that said, today we're going to talk about feminine hygiene, and we're going to talk about it within the YouTube guideline. Now, if you're watching and you want to help me out, I am really and truly would be grateful for that. So if you have an opinion, if you have something that you want to share or something that you know about feminine hygiene, definitely go ahead and comment in the comment section. Now, some people think that because they are of a certain age, they do not need this topic. However, yes, I am doing this show so that we could draw a younger crowd in, but we are also doing it for us lady. This week we're having 5 shows. Today we're starting out with hygiene. Tomorrow we want to talk about menopause and stuff like that. And we're just going to take it on for the rest of the week, addressing topics that I think they do not allow us to talk about. Now, with that said, I am not a doctor, and any issues that you have with your body, you definitely should consult your doctor first. Anyway, these tips that I'm going to share with you today, they are general tips that each and every one of us could follow. So if you are all fun and game and you are ready, and remember guys, if there's something that I did not remember to talk about, go ahead and help me by commenting in the comment section. And if there's any practice that you have regarding feminine hygiene, definitely go ahead and share. So back to these emails that I have been receiving. I have received email from both young adults and older adults, everything to do with feminine care. Now, some of us, like myself, might be lucky enough to have parents that actually walk us through our entire body and tell us how to take care of it. Some of us also have this lesson at school. I also get that at school. I think when I was around about 12 years old, they have the professionals coming in and telling us how to take care of our body. Nowadays, however, I don't really see that happening much. And maybe that is the reason why I do receive all these emails. I think as women, we should not be shunned away from talking about the body. And that is what I noticed that is going on. Even on this platform that I am on today, I'm still a little scared to use like the V word or to use this in excess. I'm still a little scared that my video is going to be flagged if I venture too deep talking about the body. But after receiving thousands of email asking these questions, I think that we should should be allowed to talk about our body freely instead of being scared of saying things. Let me give you a quick story, and this is a true story. I ran into someone recently, and they were we were talking as adults about menopause, and there were some issues that I find myself personally going through that that person was going through, and the person just slightly mentioned that, you know, X, Y, or Z, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad you talk about that, because this is the same. We do not get a chance to do this, and we should be able to use these platforms to bring awareness to our body, to bring awareness to things that affect us all. Every single one of you have some form of a question when it comes on to personal hygiene. No one want to talk about it. As I said, our videos get flagged when we talk about it, but we should be able to talk about it freely. We're just gonna do the surface today, still trying to keep within the guideline. And as I said, if you're gonna comment, go ahead and comment and help me out today. Make it clean, make it within the guideline. Now, earlier I said that I was even scared to use the V word because I'm still not sure how friendly this platform is to using the V word. So if you're just joining, give me a name really, really quick that we can use to when we're talking about the V word. It shouldn't really be, oh my goodness, guys, it shouldn't really be, but this is what we are brought to, where we sometimes, as I said, a little scared of using that V word. So the first thing we're gonna do, we are gonna talk about many things. We're gonna talk about the do and don'ts. If you see my thumbnail today, you will notice that I have something like powder on it. I have the good old Vaseline. I have aloe vera gel. I have Andes on it. And what else I have on it? I have soap. Yes, so I have some of those things on the thumbnail. Not a really good thumbnail as I would want to make it to draw, you know, people into. Okay, thank you so much, Amira. Private area or honeypot. I kind of like that. All right, very, very good. So which one we're gonna use? Let's go with the private area and hope that, you know, it don't get flagged. Now, it doesn't matter who you are, especially as a woman out there, regardless of your age. There's at least one time in your life that you wonder about the way you smell. Now, every one of us have a smell. Every one of us have a smell, and that smell is unique to each and every one of us. Now, how did we come up with that smell? It have a lot to do with what we eat, what we drink, and also how we take care of our body. So if you out there, and some people know their scent, I don't even know if I know how I smell, to be honest. I don't know if I know, but every one of us have that unique smell. So don't be alarmed if someone, like, you pass on someone like, oh my goodness, I know you passed right here because they just smell you. Don't take it personal, because sometimes that is in a good way, because you do have a unique smell that you actually get because, as I said, how you keep what you eat, what you drink, and how you basically take care of your skin. And we're not even talking about a perfume. We're just talking about that natural body smell. Now, with that said, there are also other smell or scent that comes with the body. Some of them is not something that we should be proud of or be happy with. Okay, now the first one I want to address, and I'm going to start from the upper body and we're going to work right the way down. But the fact that we're talking about feminine hygiene, I know you want me to start all the way down there, but let's start on the top. And the reason why I chose the top to start, which we're going to talk about the armpit. So let's talk about the armpit. Now, when it comes on to the armpit, if you are watching and you were taught to shave the armpit, go ahead and comment. If you're watching and you were taught to shave your armpit, go ahead and comment. If when you were growing up, your parents sit you down one-on-one and said, listen, when you get to the certain age and you start to have hair under your armpit, if they flag us, guys, it's okay today. Hair under the armpit, you should shave it. comment, 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 comment. Now, when it comes on to that, that is a little controversial. Some people tend to shave the armpit because of religion, and some people just don't. Okay. Now, some people don't because of religion, and some people don't because they don't feel like doing it. I have a friend that actually like having the hair under her armpit. Now, if you out there and you find someone with hair under their armpit, do not be too quick to condemn. You can, well, you can go ahead and wear, yes, I'm saying it, you can go ahead and wear that hair under your armpit, but it comes with some consequences. Consequences is that you definitely will have to make sure it is properly washed and groomed daily, twice per day. Okay, twice per day. If you wash and groom that area twice per day and use a good deodorant, you are good to go. So I have to definitely tell you guys that it is okay if it's your religion or if it's just your own personal liking to have it under there. Now, when it comes on to most of us, like myself, I personally do not like to have the hair under my armpit. Now, when you are busy, out and about, active is the word I'm looking for, you're going to notice that you're going to be sweating, whether you have the hair under there, yes or no. And I can't wait to get to talking about menopause, which is going to be one topic for this week that is coming up. But to groom the underarms, guys, if you have to shave, get a good shaver. Now, get a good shaver and shave it. It depends on how fast your hair is gonna grow back. Some people hair grow back really fast, and some people hair grow back really slow. So if you're just joining us, it's okay if you choose to wear your hair under your arm. All you need to do is to groom it at least twice per day, and you're gonna wash it. Now, if you choose to shave, you're gonna shave accordingly as often as you feel the need, or the need is there to shave. Now, with that out of the way, a good deodorant, and a deodorant of your choice, is always essential. How many of you think that if you wash your underarm twice per day, you do not need a deodorant? If you think that you do not need a deodorant for washing twice per day, go ahead and comment. Go ahead and comment. Now let me go. Jill, my mom was always open with me, and I remember learning at school too. That is where I actually learned from my parents and also at school. Don't know if they still do it at school today. Now, Terran, I was never told to shave underarms. I think my mother forget to tell me, LOL, but ear does not grow a lot under my arm, but I shave, but not often since there is really no ear under my arms. And that is what I'm talking about. No one really come out and say, well, for most people, like, oh, you need to shave, or you don't need to shave. So some of us just find other people doing it, we jump on the bandwagon. And some of us really and truly like to have it there, but if you have it there, you need to clean it, keep it clean. Now, I also would suggest that now someone is using the sugar method. I don't shave, I use the sugar method, and that is also good. Waxing is also good. If you choose to wax, go ahead and wax. The key thing about your underarm to keep your personal hygiene in check is to wash at least twice per day. And here I am gonna tell you guys another thing that is really vital, especially for those that find that they sweat with odor. You need to exfoliate your underarms. Yes, exfoliate. Some of you might not know this. Exfoliating helps to clear the clogged pores, and that is going to let it be more breathable, and that is going to help you to smell better. Now, one ingredient that you can use and not under your underarm if you find that you sweat a lot is a little bit of a cornstarch and a little bit of a baking soda. Those are two that's going to keep the sweat at bay, and the next one is going to keep the odor at bay. So now that we are done with the upper body, we want to go down a little bit lower, but we're going to stop somewhere, and we're going to be careful how we talk about this one. And this all have to do with hygiene. We are right from the underarm, and we're going to stop at the chest. I am just going to say the chest today, guys, because we do not want to get flagged, okay? But you all know what I'm talking about. And I probably could say the word one time, and that word is breast. But we're just going to focus on the chest. All right, so let me go with some comment about deodorant, and then we are going to move on to the chest area. All right, so unscented deodorant. I am not to use a scent near lymph node for personal reason. And that is another thing, scented or unscented. Personally, for me, I like unscented deodorant, and we probably will do a full topic on deodorant, because I find that deodorant varies, and sometimes you use a deodorant for a couple months or two, and then you find that it don't work as well, and you move on to the next. I did ask one question: how many of you think that is okay to do you think you could just wash your underarms twice per day and not use a deodorant? Let me see the chat light up, guys. I would like all of you that are watching right now to give me your opinion on this. Do you think that you can wash your underarms twice per day and it's okay not to use a deodorant? If you think that, comment. And if you think that it's a must that you use a deodorant, comment also. And while you're commenting, I'm waiting to see the chat going up. We're going to move on to talking about the chest area. Now, there's a wide variety of sizes when it comes on to the chest area. Now, you have some people that do not have an underneath like that, and some of you know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to keep it within the guideline, guys. But when it comes on to your chest area, for some people that have bigger ones, like myself, that tend to fall, you need to make sure that the underneath is clean. Yes, you need to make sure that the underneath is clean. And many of you do not realize that just like your armpit, if you do not wash and dry your under the breast, it also could have a funky smell. It also could you also could have rashes and all of those kind of things under the breast if you do not clean properly. Now, if you have some of those kinds that there's nothing, you still wash around the areas. Now, if you're just joining, we're not doctors here. We're just sharing some vital tip that we think that we all should talk about and not be afraid to talk about these things. However, we're still abiding by our YouTube guideline when we're talking about these topics. So keep it clean in the comment and help us to spread the word. And don't be afraid. If you're watching, you have a tip for us, go ahead and share that tip. Or even if you have a question, I know a lot of people is going to watch this video after it is done. So if you're watching this video after, go ahead and leave it, and I definitely will come back and check. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because of the thousands of emails that I receive on this topic. So now, so we have Jennifer. I didn't even do a shout out today. I just went on. So Jennifer is saying, hello, Jennifer. Suzanne Rivera is saying that you still need a deodorant. And Jill, yes, especially for sensitive people, especially for sensitive skin people, it's okay not to use a deodorant. And Brenda is saying you can and can't depend on your body. And Monzi, I swear a lot, but I think I can do without a deodorant. And let me hear you comment, guys. Go ahead and comment. Marty, need a deodorant? Mira is saying yes, you can. Let me hear from you guys, because this is a little bit of it's not really controversial, okay? I have my own thought on this, but I just want to hear it from you. And Joy is saying hardly use a deodorant. Now, this is where some people, and if you're watching out there, because I know some of my younger subscribers are going to be watching this video, because I am making this video more so for them as well as for us. Now, listen carefully. When you are in your younger days. And since this channel is not for young people per se, we're going to start from the age of 18 upwards. Now, when you are younger, you tend to sweat a lot, okay? You sweat a lot. And for some reason, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, for some reason, you're going to find body odor are stronger from younger people than older adults. I think maybe because they're more active, okay? Now, if you're an active person and you wash your arm twice per day, okay? Twice per day, you might still need a deodorant, okay? And I use the word might, okay? You might still need a deodorant. But the honest truth is, and this is the truth fact, and you can try it at home if you think it's not the truth. If you wash your underarm twice per day, do a little scrubbing when you're wash rag and give it a scrub twice per day. You don't need a deodorant. Don't come at me, guys. Don't come at me. You don't need a deodorant. That's the reason why I rule out people that are extremely active. When you're extremely active outside and you tend to sweat a lot, you're working up a storm and you don't get a chance to take care of it immediately after all that sweating, you might find that that body odor is there, because that body odor is coming from the food you eat and the things you drink and so on and so forth. But washing your underarm twice per day properly, you don't need a deodorant. Correct me, guys. Who is with me and who is not with me? Let me hear the chat light up right now. I personally could go days and days without using a deodorant. And why is that so? That is because I make sure that I wash my underarm properly. And I use the word properly. Properly. It don't mean you run in the shower and you just do that thing. If you're trying to avoid using deodorant, which some people don't do, because some people, when they use the deodorant, and this is another thing that I tend to get in the emails, when they do use deodorant, it irritate their arm, and it also causes, you know, all kind of things going on, bruises and stuff like that under the arm. So some people really try to stay away, and sometimes people are trying to find other kind of deodorant that don't have certain kind of chemical in it. But if you wash really well, you do not need to use a deodorant. However, if you're active, sweating a lot, you might need to use a deodorant. Or if you have other underlying things going where you overall have that body odor, strong body odor that you really need to take care of, then you might need that deodorant. So let me hear the comment. So we have Terran, my mother no longer need deodorant, and what you eat also make a difference, because what goes in your body comes out your body, meaning the pores. And some people are with me, and some people say they could go days without using a deodorant. Okay, so now that we're done with that kind of take up a lot, we're back to the under the chest area. Always make sure to wash and dry. And also, guys, if you are someone that the chest area is like similar to mine or even more downwards, then definitely do that lift. Wash it out properly, dry it. If I would suggest you use anything under there, some people can, some people can't, because it's same with the deodorant. Do not use your deodorant down there. Someone was asking that question once. Do not use your arm deodorant under there. It will chafe you up, okay? It's not designed for that. However, cornstarch is amazing. It's one of the purest natural things that you can use under there. Many powders do contain cornstarch, but you're also going to find some powder have other things in it that you might not need. But once it is properly dried, it's okay. But if you sweat a lot, you might need a little bit of a cornstarch. That could help. If you agree, comment. If you don't agree, or if you know something better that you can use under there to prevent any form of a chafing, go ahead and comment. And we're talking about under the breast. All right, so we're gonna move on. Yes, I said a word. If they flag me, they flag me. I promised I was gonna do this, so I'm gonna do it. All right, so let's move on to going further down, and we decide that we're gonna call it the private area. And the private area is something, as I said earlier, that we're not allowed to talk about. And there's so many things that goes on down there. And I really think that we should be talking about it. Because if we were talking about it, I wouldn't be getting all these emails. And I'm not even exaggerating when I talk about the many emails. We used to be able to make videos on YouTube addressing certain things like yeast infection and certain things like that. But we are no longer allowed to make those videos. They are left for the professionals. But even though they're left for the professionals, and that's what I'm going to do one day, I'm going to try to bring somebody on so that we could freely talk about it with a professional present. With that said, we're not doctors here. We're just giving our own advice and sharing some tips and personal hygiene, things that they don't really tell you about. Now, when I was growing up, one of the first things they taught us about down there is to wipe from front to back. How many people remember that? Wiping from front to back. Does people really still talk about that? No, but we should be talking about it because there's so many young people. Well, let's not say young people. We're not singling out anybody. There's so many people have an issue with down there because do you realize that a lot of people don't know how to wipe? Wiping is essential front to back. Let me ask another question. How many of you, and this is a very tricky one, how many of you, when you use number one, okay, when you go to the bathroom to make I'm trying to figure out to say it good. How many, okay, I'm gonna say, okay, how many of you, when you go and I'm gonna put the nice word, make pee pee, how many of you wash right after you make pee pee? It's a very tricky question, okay? How many of you wash right after you make pee pee? If just think about it. Okay, so let me talk about that. When you do your pee pee as a female, to keep your body smelling fresh and nice, you need to either do a wet wipe or if you're home, you just do a little wash. Some old school, some people guilty, they just wipe with toilet paper. Millions of people, millions of women just wipe with toilet paper. Now I'm going to tell you why. If it's possible, some people, you're out there, you're working all day, it's not possible. But ladies, try to walk with a, I'm going to say the word baby wipe. And that's another topic because some of you are going to tell me there's alcohol in the baby wipe, blah, 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 blah. But we'll talk about that another day. Or some feminine towelette, they have some of those. Or if you're trying to go green, and some of you are going to come at me with that, if you're trying to go green, you get those wash rag. If you're going out, you get a wash rag. And yes, I'm the queen of wash rag. You wet that wash rag, a little bit of a soap in it. You put it in that Ziploc or bag. This probably you're going to use it just once when you're out. And when you go to work all day, you go, if you're going green, you don't want to use the wipe. You go and you have to go to the bathroom. Most time you're only going to go one time. You take that little Ziploc or bag with you and you do that wipe. That will help tremendously. And here's why it's going to help. When you go to make pee-pee, and we're saying pee-pee, right? The acid that is coming from that pee-pee is what causes you to chafe, okay? That acid helps you to chafe. Get rid of it. Wipe it clean. Baby wipes, feminine towelette, or you green, go with that wash rag. When you go home, you throw that wash rag in the wash, or you take your hand and you unwash it, okay? Very, very vital when you pee. That dry toilet paper that we're so accustomed to using is not doing us justice. You can dry with it initial, like the first dry, but then get that wash rag or get that baby wipe or get that feminine pad and wipes and give it a second wipe. Now with that out of the way, yes, when you pee, when you make number two, and if you don't know what number two is, we're going to say the word, and we're going to say the baby word. Should we just use the baby word for it? Yes, we're going to say doo-doo. Yeah, so when you make number two, if it's possible, wash it. Yes, you're going to use that dry paper. And I was reading an article the other day, and I was reading up on, I'm not going to dive deep into it, but India and the way they take care of that area. And I personally like that style. We're not going to talk about the Anna or anything like that. But yes, if you use that toilet paper, especially if you're home, if you get the chance to, you use that toilet paper. Here is, okay, let's break it down. Since we're talking about it, let's talk about it. If you make number 2 and you're out, make sure you're walking with that baby wipes. Out meaning work. Okay, because we're oddly out, and unless it's an emergency, we're gonna make that number 2. I'm talking about when you go out of the house and you're working outside all day long. Get that baby wipe. I'm not gonna tell you to go green on this one, all right? But get that baby wipe. When you wipe, dry wipe with that toilet paper, get those baby wipes or any of those kind of a wet wipe and wipe that area before you pull up. All right, wipe that area. That is going to go a long way. We're talking about personal hygiene tips that they don't really tell you about. That's what we're focusing on today, and I'm sure a lot of people don't tell you to do that. And that's why sometimes you smell some people smelling all funky. Like, no, you can do that. You still can practice these things. Keep it in your handbag when you go to work. If you agree with me, comment. Oh, so Inga Kate, thank you for this. They sell disposable wash rag in the area of the store with the disposable underwear that comes in pack. You see what I'm talking about? And I'm like a baby wipe person or a feminine wipe person, so I'm gonna actually be searching for that. Definitely, when you do number 1, you wipe. When you do number 2, you wipe. And that is going to keep you fresh all day. Now, with that said, let's talk about, since we're on the topic of wiping and all of that. Quick question. Some of you are going to agree with this, and some of you are not going to agree. We're going to talk about panty shield. We're going to talk about panty shield. I've been wearing panty shield from as far back as I can remember. However, the honest truth is, no one taught me about wearing panty shield. And that is the truth. I wasn't wearing panty shield when I was like 15 years old. I started wearing panty shield when I went on my home. No one taught me about panty shield. However, you all know that we're taught about the feminine napkin, the one that we use monthly. But those little ones, liners, let's call them liners. No one taught me about liners. I just discovered that for myself. Now there's a up and down when it comes on to liner. Some people don't want to use it, and some people want to use it. I personally think we all should try to use those liners. However, when you're looking for liners, look for good quality liners. Okay, good quality liners. And for those of you who do not want to use those liners are the thin one, the thin disposable one. Why do I personally suggest to use a liner, especially for active people going out there, out and about their daily business, or you're being at work all day, you're at school all day, you definitely need that liner because you do have a discharge. Yes. Not all are bad. You do have a discharge, and every single one of you watching right now know what I'm talking about. However, the only difference is if it's, then that is bad. Okay? If it have a funky odor, it's bad, but the discharge is going to be there. It's going to be there. We all do. What is it really? A discharge, for those of you who don't know, nobody tell us about this, but I'm going to tell you all what it really is. That is because the body is clean. Inside there is cleaning itself. And when it cleanses itself, what is you're seeing out is like the dirty water. Or give me a better way to say it. Very, yeah, but the what you that's what it really is. It is the means and ways of getting all the bacteria and all of that out of the body, so we're gonna have it there. When it becomes a problem is when it have a foul odor. Okay, now with that said, that is the reason why I personally recommend a panty shield. Okay, especially if you're busy out and about, it's gonna keep you dry, and they are made of cotton. So if you can, go ahead and use a panty shield. I don't know the green way to go about this, and the greenest way to go about this is to make sure, if you do not want to use a panty shield, make sure that your undies is lined. We can say the word, the C word. Don't know if I can say the C word, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Make sure that the crotch, that's the correct word for it. So don't flag me here, system. That it is cotton. Cotton also help it to breathe. Okay, so if you do not want to wear those liners, and some people don't want to wear it, but if you don't, make sure that it is the undies is lined in cotton. Now I'm old school, I'm way older, but years and years and years ago when I was growing up, I knew when they when it came about that all undies should be should have cotton lining. Help me out, someone here. Do you know what I'm talking about? When I was younger, way younger, undies, it was like the norm for it to be lined with cotton cloth. However, then they changed it around, and I knew when that was happening. Don't remember what year that was, but then they decided each and every one should be lined with cotton. Don't know if they're still following that trend, but personally for me, when I'm looking for undies, I make sure that it is totally lined right there. Sometimes they just skimp on the material, but if you do not want to wear the panty shield, make sure that your undies are cotton lined. If you have anything to add to this, go ahead and comment, guys. Go ahead and comment if you have something to add to it. And wear the lining too. People have to make sure to change them if they are wearing them for. Okay, thank you for this comment, indicate. Right, and this is one of the reasons why I suggest that you do wear the undies. Remember now, the liners. When you're wearing a liner, it makes it so convenient for you. That's when you go to the bathroom, when you take your lunch break, you go do your little thing. It makes it so convenient for you to change it, toss it, and wear a new one. Okay, so you carry one in your, at least one in your bag at work. You do not wear it all day long. And with that, we're gonna come to the next the napkins. But let's talk about the liners. You toss it. That's the beauty of it, and it makes you feel fresh all day, breathable. All right. So with the daytime, let's talk a little bit, really quick about the nighttime. How many of you, and some of you, let me see this one. I always wear them. I allow my daughter to use them when she was very young before she started her cycle, and told her to change each time. So when she use the bathroom, and that is the way to go. Let me see something now. You don't see those underwear often. I purchased cotton underwear, so someone is saying you don't really see them, but they should be there. It should be cotton lined. All right, so I prefer a light wash after using the restroom. Those countries with body and I think are lucky. Now let me tell you something, guys. The old time, I'm gonna say old time because bidet, because they're coming back. Years and years ago, old time, a fancy house would always have that bidet. The bidet is what is almost like the toilet. Well, nowadays they're making them in the toilet. It's another show. It's another show. But yeah, those bidet are very good. And I'm gonna tell you my own bidet personal story really quick. I am not a bidet person, okay? I am not a bidet person. And the reason for that is my first experience with bidet, I was always thinking that the water that is coming up associated with the toilet water. It's not true. It's not true. It's fresh water coming up. Fresh water coming up. And I'm telling you, if I get a chance to, I definitely will install a bidet. They are good. And now, the reason I'm saying that, they're starting to come back. They're starting to come back. I'm seeing them. Most of the newer homes now are coming with those bidets, and those bidets are now in the toilet bowl. I don't like them. I don't like them in the toilet bowl because it's a different type screw up. Anyway, we'll talk about that another day. But that's a form of washing when you're done. So if you're on here and you have a bidet or you have tried a bidet, you can always go ahead and comment. But those of you who don't know what a bidet is, it is a wash for especially us ladies. It's a wash that when you finish peeing or you're doing your number two, you can just go over it and wash it. If you guys have another name for it, you can comment, but I know it as a bidet. I was trying to find an image to show. But anyway, let's move on since the time is going on. All right, so with that said about the panty shield and, you know, changing, I'm going to ask a question and you can choose to answer, you can choose not to answer, but I really would like some of you to answer. How many of you watching believe that you should let it breathe at night? How many of you watching believe that you should let it breathe at night? Yes, we're talking about it. That is the title of the show today. Let's talk about it. And we are talking about it. How many of you believe that you should let it breathe at night? Comment, 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 comment. Margaret, 50-50. Amira, the best way. Joy, I use coconut oil. Oh, that one is going out. That down there, and I realized that I don't have to wear the liners. Oh, Joy, we're gonna take you up and that. So I'm asking the question, how many of you believe that we should let it breathe at night? If you believe you should let it breathe at night, comment, comment, comment. I want to see the chat light up because I want to hear each and every one of you watching right now. If you don't normally comment, now is the time for you to comment because all you're going to comment is a yes or a no. How many of you believe or strongly believe that you should let it breathe at night? If you're just joining, we're sharing feminine hygiene tips that nobody talk about, or we're talking about today. So we're sharing them with you. Let me see the comment. I need to see more of you commenting. I know you're watching. It's easy. Look below. Just start to type. How many of you believe you should let it breathe at night? So far, we have a bit of a you guys saying yes. Maxine, I think so, but I am uncomfortable and strongly believe that is coming from Patricia. And Lovely Spice, I have not used, one before, and that is the bidet that we're talking about. But how many of you believe that you should breathe at night? And I'm here telling you now, this is a very, very crucial tip, okay? We're talking about feminine hygiene. We're sharing tips, but I'm going to tell you, vital, let it breathe. Let it breathe at night. If it is possible, I know some people in certain situations, you can't let it breathe at night. But whenever you get the time, let it breathe at night. I'm going to give you a story, my own personal story. And my grandmother, may her soul rest in peace. When I was a little child, I used to watch my grandmother at night, and she used to take it off. She used to take off her undies. I was like, what? Kids. Because we couldn't understand why she was letting it breathe at night, because they didn't tell us to let ours breathe at night, okay? They did not say to us, okay? It's just, I observed that she was letting it breathe at night. And not until I was an adult did it dawn on me that, oh, so that's what she was doing. She used to take it off at night, put it away, and let it breathe. She didn't taught us that. Nobody taught us, let it breathe at night. But it is so very healthy to let it breathe at night. If you can, I do know when, you know, your monthly is there, you can't let it breathe. But whenever you get the chance, let it breathe. Let it breathe. That's the best thing that you can do for it, is to let it breathe. You do not have to wear those things at night. Auntie's on, my aunt, Alice, I think you know what I'm talking about, Granny, taking it off, letting it breathe at night. Yes, I was watching, and I do practice breathing at night. I do let mine breathe at night because that's the healthy way to go. And maybe my grandma is there watching like, oh, yes, I got it. Now I understand. All the laughing I was doing like, now I get it. Let it breathe at night. And that is going to help when you get up in the morning. And there's another thing also, especially for some of those of you who have a little extra weight on. That's another thing that we need to talk about. You have that extra weight on. The crease on the outside of your legs needs special attention. How many of you, we're going to talk about it. Have you ever take your hand and just rub it right in that crease? I'm talking between your legs, right there, right the outer portion, inner portion, the upper thigh. If you sweat a lot, and tell me if I'm wrong, and you take your hand, especially if you have extra weight on, you can smell that sweat. You need to wash. When you wash that area, wash that area as often as you can, but at least twice per day. You wash it, and if you have extra weight on, you need to take care of that area, just like under your breast. You need to dry it properly. You need to dry down there properly also. When you wash, you dry. Always dry. Dry, dry, dry. Now, Lovely Spice, that's exactly what I do, that my grandma taught me. So see, your grandmother tell you, my grandmother just do it in front of us, and later on in life I realized that yes, 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 that's something to do. We're sharing tips today. If you're just joining, things that they don't want us to talk about or nobody talk about, but we're talking about them today. If you like the topic today, if you like this kind of a show, please share it on your social media page when the show is over, and also comment in the comment section and let me know if you need more of these shows. Remember, we still have to stick within the YouTube guideline and keep it clean and keep the comment clean. But definitely, I don't see the reason why we should not be talking about these things. We should be able to talk about these things freely, because I can learn from you something no matter how old I am, and you can learn something from me also. And there are things that happen sometimes that we really need to get together and talk about. All right, so we are let me see, someone is talking about under the pillow. That's exactly why I do that, my grandma. And okay, I don't see that comment no more, but it was right in my side about under the pillow. And yes, that's where my grandmother used to put hers, right under the pillow. I didn't want to say that, but yes, that's where she put it. All right, and then the next morning she take it up and put it back on, I think. Granny, I think. Why you even put it on in the first place when you take a shower in the evening? You shouldn't even put it on. I think she put it on, and then when it's time for bed, she take it off and put it under the pillow. She should just not put it on after the shower. But now it's modern time, all right? All right, so we're moving on. We're sharing tips and how to take care of, just feminine hygiene tip. And I hope I'm not forgetting anything that is even more important. I put the note here on the dude. All right, to shave or not to shave down there. To shave or not to shave. Let me see the comment light up right now, because this topic, to each his own, all right? To each his own. That is my take on it, but I'm going to dive deeper. To shave or not to shave. Start commenting right now. Shave or not to shave. I would really like to hear your comment. Comment, so I could highlight some of these comments. To shave or not to shave. If you're just joining, we're sharing tips, personal hygiene tips, feminine hygiene tips that no one talk about, or nobody told you, nobody teach you, nobody want to say it. So we're just sharing it with you. Shave or not to shave. To shave or not to shave. Go ahead and start commenting right now, guys. We need to see these comments going up. To shave or not to shave. So far, I'm seeing all yes. All yes. I'm seeing all yes. Now, here is the next question. And be honest with yourself. For all of you watching right now, I want you all to comment on this. Did anyone mention to you, as soon as you start to get your pubic hair, that you should shave? I'm just curious. Shave or wax, whichever one of them, removing the hair. Just comment right. Just think about it really, really quick. When you get to that stage, did anyone say to you, listen, this is happening. You're at the stage where you're going to have some hair there. You should shave it. Please comment. Please. I want you all to start comment on that. I want you all to start comment right now. And don't be bashful. It's always good to see what, because everybody upbringing is different. Everyone upbringing is different. Did your mama, your granny, or anyone you grew up with tell you at that time that you should shave? Now, as far as I'm concerned, I don't see anyone saying yes. I don't see anyone. Everyone is saying no. And that goes for me too. How did I discover that? I don't even know when I start doing that. I don't even know when I start doing that. Now, I am not against you if you do not want to shave. And that is why I'm saying to shave or not to shave. Some people don't shave, believe it or not. And some people like it there. Some people shave in style, London strip, and all these kind of things. Some people do some things like that. Nobody taught us how to shave down there. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys. Tell me if I'm wrong. Did your parents show you how to do it? No one say anything to me. As a matter of fact, I have not even seen a video teaching anyone how to shave down there. But millions of us shave. No one taught us how to do it. It should be taught. I think they should teach us how to do it. If you guys can find a video showing me, I mean, I didn't research it to see if there's a video, let's say on YouTube, it's not going to be, because guess what? Just as though you could have mannequin and all these kind of things showing other things, why isn't there a video somewhere out there showing us ladies how to shave? No one is saying that someone teach them how to shave. How did you guys actually know? Just tell me, comment someone really, really quick. What happened when you shave? Okay, now hear me out. You do not need to shave if you do not want to shave, and that is the truth. You do not need to shave if you do not want to shave. That's natural here, go down there. It's go there for a reason. Why is it there? It is there to protect. It's there to prevent the dirt from entering. It's there to block out all those things, okay? All those things from the environment. So you really do not need to shave if you do not want to shave. However, if you decide not to shave, you need to wash. Remember I was talking about that peeting, that you need to carry those baby wipes and stuff like that? If you don't shave, it's more difficult, okay? It's not going to work as well as if it is shaved. But as I said, to each his own. We're not condemning you if you don't shave. If you like it, you keep it. You just know you might need to wash an extra time more than those who shave. Now for those people that shave, when you shave, we probably should have a class with that. Who want me to do a full class with live tutorial on a mannequin that is showing you all how to shave? But yes, no one taught us how to shave. We just come up with it and we just figure that. And that's why a lot of people get a lot of nips and stuff like that. Now, do we shave from front to back? Nobody taught us how to shave, okay? And some people are going to tell me right now, it depends on the blade that they're using. Waxing, shaving, we're all talking about that. It's the same. Do we shave from front to back or from back to front? No one told us how to do that. And it's probably another topic. But so let's leave it at this. I think I'm going to dive into that another time. Now, shaving comes with many things. Ingrown, scrape and scratches, you know, and all that kind of a thing comes with shaving. So when you're going to be shaving, be mindful. You have to, they do have feminine blades, guys, that you can use if you're doing the shaving, or if you're waxing, you just be mindful of it. Do you use petroleum jelly down there? I have it on my thing because that's another thing. Do you use petroleum jelly down there? If you use petroleum jelly down there, comment. Personally, for me, I think the petroleum jelly down there is a no-no. Not only is the petroleum jelly down there a no-no, you put nothing down there. However, I put the petroleum jelly on it because a lot of us use petroleum. All right, keep it in the guideline. All right, coconut oil. If you use petroleum jelly down there, oh, it's another show, guys. I just realized that it's a little trickiness in that petroleum jelly topic. Now, to douche or not to douche? To douche or not to douche? The body does clean itself, and to douche or not to douche? Nobody taught us that. However, people were douching like crazy way back. And then they come up with this thing that you shouldn't douche because you're not supposed to put anything in there, blah, blah, blah. How do I personally feel about douching? As a matter of fact, how do you guys feel about douching? I don't know if the younger generation know much about douching, but back then when I was younger, douching was the thing, okay? It was the thing. You do not see it much out there anymore because The same thing we're saying. They're saying not to push anything up in there, no to wash out anything. It's clean itself. So do I think that it do cleanse itself? Yes, that's what I was talking about earlier. Do I think that we need to douche? No, you do not need to douche. However, if you have to douche, some people like, you know, the freshness or whatever, you got to make sure that you know what you're using. I'm not going to show any words out there like vinegar or anything like that. It's another show. But if you feel that you need to douche and you want to douche, you can, but you do not need to douche. Okay? You do not need to douche. And as I said, it's another show because cleansing that area after certain things. I used to douche as a teenager. I used to douche as a teenager. As I said, I grew up in the era where douching was the thing. However, I used to douche right after the menses. Right after the menses, that's when I used to do. That's what, you know, we think back then. Most people think that after the menses you do that extra cleaning. As I said, nowadays, and if you go to your doctor, they're gonna tell you not to douche. Okay, but to each his own. I do not douche now, and that is the truth. I do not douche now, but yeah, maybe because I don't see it selling anywhere. Anyway, we're going to have another topic on that, to douche or not to douche. But if you're with me with this douche, let me hear what you all have to say. Let me pull up some of these comments. I use this product, Crema Concentrated Steam Shave 90 Days, and it's at Walmart or online. And that is, oh, the shaver. That is the shaver that she's sharing right here, and you can get it in your favorite store right there. And someone wanted me to talk about that. And what did Lovely Spice say? Because Jill is agreeing with Lovely Spice, no douche, and that is from Lovely Spice, no douche. Yeah, so we said no douche, but as I said, to each his own. And some people think that it's, you know, you can do it at that time, and some people the baking soda to wash down there. And Tony doctor said do not douche, and that is why I gave you all the backstory. And if you're around about my age and you're on the show, comment, let me know if you know what I'm talking about. You know, at my age, as I said, when I was in my teenage years, those were the days of douching, to be honest, and douche was everywhere, coming all different fancy fragrance. And then, you know, with technology, modern technology and all of that, they started crack down on it and said this is totally wrong. We shouldn't be doing that. So that is why you don't see that out there anymore. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen one for a long time, but maybe some of them is still around. All right, guys, so I can see my time wrapping up. I'm not sure if I touch on everything that I wanted to talk about. But I think I did do a bit. Drink water, guys. Drink a lot of water. Water, everything that you do have to do with drinking water. You want your skin to look good, you need to drink the water. You want your body to smell good, you need to drink a lot of water. You want to lose weight, you need to drink a lot of water. So there's something that's around water that we definitely see. It always come up. So definitely go ahead and drink those water. And you do not need fancy products to smell good. You do not need fancy products to smell good. All you need to do is to wash it. Concentrate on how often you wash yourself. That is the key to smelling good. Enhancing with products is good. You do not need a $30 wash for down there. You don't need it, okay? However, if you have a mild, gentle, and you can afford, yes, why not? Why not? We as ladies also feel good when we have like that little special wash. And guess what, guys? And this is something that I didn't mention. And some of you are going to agree and some of you are not going to agree. You know, guys, I'm a wash rag woman, right? A wash rag goes a long way. Some of us use our hands. Yes, you're taking a quick shower, you use your hands and you wash it down there. But that wash rag, exfoliate that outer area. Wash rag, clean that little inner area there, better than your hands. And you can use a special wash rag for it, okay? You can use a special wash rag. And when you're done washing, you dry, all right? And you guys know what I'm talking about. Let me see if there's anything. Oh, should you or should you not put perfume or powder down there? Let me hear what you guys have to say. I see my time is going, but this is important. Should you or should you not use perfume or powder down there? Oh my goodness. I know this is like we're gonna get all kind of things right now. Start commenting now. Start commenting. And I could see Maxine is on the wash rag. Perfume, yes or no? Perfume, yes or no? The honest truth is you should not put perfume down there. And you shouldn't put powder down there. Talk about the powder, guys. Talk about the powder. Talk about the powder. How many of you grew up putting powder down there? Or how many of you are still putting powder down there? Comment, comment, comment. Yes, today's show is things they don't talk about. We are talking about it today. We are talking about it today. We are talking about it today. Powder or no powder? I grew up putting powder down there because guess what? Do they still put powder on babies? Do they still put powder on babies? However, we shouldn't be putting powder down there, okay? We should not put powder down there. We should not put perfume unless it's a perfume designed for down there, okay? Unless it is designed for down there. But we shouldn't be putting powder or perfume down there. But we still do. Some people put the perfume in their hand and just pass it down there because they want to smell good. They do have perfume for down there now, right? I'm not seeing the powder for down there yet, but they do have perfume. But to each his own, but we shouldn't really be putting powder and perfume down there. All right, guys, my time is up. Let me hear from you before I click off. Do you like this kind of topic? If you like this kind of topic, please comment so we know that we're bringing a week of these kind of topics. We're going to be on this week, Monday to Friday for this week at 1 p.m. every day. So we're on tomorrow, we are on Wednesday, we are on Thursday, and we're on Friday. This is the kind of topic that we're going to be featuring. Now, if you have a topic for us and you want to be on this to talk about some of these things, please send me an email at khichibeauty@gmail.com. If you like this kind of topic, share the video when it is done. And also, guys, comment and let me know if you like. What could we do better with the show? I know some of you are going to be like, yes, you should bring some guests on. The honest truth is it's very difficult sometimes to get people on, especially at this time of the day. But we're going to be talking about more stuff, things that they don't want us to talk about that we should be talking about. So comment and let me know. Your feedback is very, very important on whether or not we continue this as a series. But I personally, because of the many emails that I receive from all different gap age group asking about some of these personal questions, I think we should have the show, but still stick within the YouTube guideline. And don't forget, guys, this is one more thing, very important. Someone just remind me there is always visit your gynecologist. You know some things, you know, young people are not, well, it's dependent on where you are, where you grew up and all of that kind of thing. But when I was growing up, nobody tells us to visit no gynecologist. However, we're in a new era now. Try to get your gynecologist appointment in at least once a year, okay? At least once a year. Make sure you get it in because this is really, really vital because we have other things that we are not talking about today that we probably going to end up talking about when it comes on to making sure to get your checkup, you know. And if you smell anything, know your body. Know your body. You should know when your smell is off. At the top of the hour, I mentioned that every one of you have a unique smell. You have a smell. You know how you smell. I want to say something, and I got to be careful how I say this one. Smell yourself. I'm trying to make it the best way I can. Yes, I do that, and that's a practice. And if anything is off, you know. They don't want us to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it today. Take it, sniff it, and make sure that it smells the way it should smell. If you agree with me, comment. And if you don't agree with me, comment. Because it's a very thin line between things that's not supposed to happen and things supposed to happen. But you as an individual, you're supposed to know your body and know your body enough to know if things is going south. All right? So learn your body, wash yourself as often. Washing is the key. Feminine hygiene, washing is the key. Do not wear your sanitary pad all day. Don't do it. If you work, you carry 1, 2, or 3 in your bag, depending on the flow. And also, if the flow is light, do not think that because the flow is light, you can wear that one sanitary napkin from 7 in the morning to 7 at night. Even if the flow is light, you need to change at least 3 times a day. And people change, I change more, but it depends on the flow, but at least 3 times per day, because bacteria start to form as soon as it hit that sanitary napkin, even though they designed them to keep the bacteria at bay. Smells start to happen when it hits, so you need to change. You don't need to walk around smelling funky. Wash yourself. And what if you're just joining, you're new, you're young, you don't understand, go back, watch the beginning of the show where we talk about how to wash yourself, you know, to keep yourself smelling fresh, clean, and and good. Okay, definitely change those napkin. And anytime you get a chance, when you're on your menses, I like to use the word menses because I think the system don't know what menses is. Instead of using the P word. But yes, always make sure to wash as often. Wash as often as you can. If you have the chance to wash as soon as every time you change, which is 3 times at least during the course of the day, then do that. And if you don't have the chance to wash, go for those feminine wipes, go for those baby wipes, and clean yourself up properly, and that's gonna help you to stay fresh. How many of you have ever experienced, and how many of you have ever experienced this? You pass someone, a female, and you could smell that person. And when you smell that person, you know that the menses is on. Comment. It shouldn't happen. And it don't have to happen. All you need to do is to wash. Change at least 3 times a day. 4 times if you can, depending on the flow, but no less than 3 times a day when that is going on, even if you are at work. So that's my time today, guys. So people know what I'm talking about. If you're in this world, at least that's gonna happen at one time or the other, where you're gonna smell someone and you know that's what is going on. It shouldn't be. If you wash yourself properly, that's not gonna happen. Now, as I said, guys, every 6 hours, thank you. These are very important topics. Thank you so much. Yes, I like the kind of topic. Thank you so much for that. Because we need, as women, we need to come out and we need to talk about these things. We cannot take it hush. And it doesn't matter where you are. We are going through the same thing. We are experiencing the same thing. We all have sweat. We all have, body odor. We all have things sometimes that we are wondering if it's normal. And we can't talk about it. Why we can't talk about it? We need to talk about it. We're not giving medical advice. We're just sharing simple, and I'm going to call them household feminine hygiene tips. Simple feminine hygiene tips. We're going to continue this show another day, guys. Just want your feedback when the show is over. Comment under the video. Let me know if you like these topics. I'm doing these topics because my email is flooded with these. However, I'm trying my best to keep within the YouTube guideline, and we'll see what happens. Join me tomorrow for another topic. Look out for the thumbnail tonight, and if you see the thumbnail, you like the topic, and you want to be on the show to help me to talk about that topic, send the email to khichibeauty@gmail.com. Hormones problem, yes, Joy, that's a good one. That's a very, very good one. We're going to talk about it. Thank you so much for joining. Remember to share the video, leave your comment, and for my OGs, this is something new we're trying. Support your girl. You come on and you put your 2 cents in, even if the topic might seem a little younger side. Just support, support, support. Thank you so much. I love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow with another topic. Look out for the thumbnail. If you like the topic, send to khichibeauty@gmail.com and you can come on. Oh, I forget to talk about the tampon. Thank you so much. Those things you need to change at least 6 times per day. Believe it or not. If you wear the tampon, you need to change the tampon at least 6 times per day. No, not so much. Yes. Yes. Research it for yourself. By right, you should be changing those, wearing a tampon no more than 2 hours. That's the healthiest way to do it. Now, you at work, you're going to be running to take out that tampon every 2 hours. You might not, but you should be, okay? You should. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be good to yourself. Love yourself. Take care of yourself and practice good feminine hygiene.